Hi, children. How are you all? Welcome back to our social class. So, after your exams, you're all fresh now, isn't it? So, today we shall start a new chapter in history. Okay? So, your chapter number 6. What is the title of the chapter? Please read it out. Yes, new questions and ideas. Okay? So, in this chapter, we are going to learn about two important religions. Okay? They are Buddhism and Jainism. Okay? So, shall we start? So, first starting with the story of Buddha. Okay? So, Buddha is also called Siddhartha or Gautama. Okay? Siddhartha or Gautama. He is the founder of which religion? Yes, Buddhism. Okay? He was born about 2500 years ago. Okay? And there was a rapid change in the life of people during that period. New cities were developing, the villages were changing, Mahajanapadas, that is the kings, were becoming more powerful. Okay? So now we shall look in detail about the Buddha. Okay? So Buddha belonged to a small jana, which is called Sakya Jana. So what is the jana? What is the jana to which Buddha belongs? Sakya Jana. Okay, and he was a Kshatriya. Okay, so he left his home when he was very young. Okay, and he went to many places and had meetings and discussion with great thinkers. Okay, and finally, what did he decide? He decided to find his own path and he started meditating. Isn't it? You know what is meditation? Yes, while you do your yoga. Okay. So he started meditating under a peepal tree. Okay. Which tree? Peepal tree at which place? Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Okay. So in that place he attained enlightenment. Okay. After that he was known as Buddha or wise one. So what is the other meaning for Buddha? Wise one. Okay. He then went to Sarnath near Varanasi where he taught for the first time. So his first teaching was at Sarnath. Okay. There is a stupa there. Okay. So later on he started traveling on foot, going from place to place teaching people till he passed away at Kusinara. So here you can see the picture of stupa in page number 58. Okay. The stupa is at Sarnath. Okay. Now the Buddha taught that the life is full of suffering and unhappiness. Okay. He told our life is always consisting of suffering and unhappiness. Why is this cause? Because of cravings and desire. Isn't it? That is, we are not at all satisfied by things what we have. Okay. If your parents are taking you to some mall or some places, okay. So whatever thing you see there, you will be having a desire to get that. You will not be satisfied with one or two things, isn't it? In the same way, he tells that we human beings are also not satisfied. We are always having desire to get more and more things. Okay, so he described this as thirst or tanha. Okay, so this is called thirst or tanha. Okay, and he taught people to be kind and you should respect the life of others, including animals. Okay, he also taught people that our what is it? Whatever we do, there is a result for all our actions. That is called karma. Okay, whether good or bad, both will affect us in our life on earth as well as in the next life. Okay, and Buddha taught people in the ordinary language. So what is the ordinary language of the people? Prakrit. What is the ordinary language? Prakrit. Okay, now he also encouraged people to think for themselves rather than accepting what others said. Isn't it clear? So all these is about your Buddha and Buddhism, the teachings of Buddhism. Okay. Now shall we go to the next heading, which is called Upanishads. What are they called? Upanishads. Now continuing with the topic Upanishads. Okay. So many thinkers were trying to find answers to many difficult questions during this period. Okay, so some of them wanted to know about life after death. Okay, and others wanted to know why sacrifices should be performed. Okay, so many of these thinkers felt that there was something permanent in the universe. Okay, there is something permanent that would last even after your death. Okay, so they describe this as Atman. Okay, what is it described as? Atman, or the individual soul. What is the meaning of Atman? Individual soul. And the other one is Brahman. Okay, Brahman, or the universal soul. Okay, so they believe that ultimately both Atman and Brahman were one. Clear? So many of their ideas were recorded in the Upanishads. These Upanishads were part of later Vedic text. So what is the literal meaning of Upanishad? Upanishad means approaching and sitting near. Okay, so what is Upanishad? Approaching and sitting near. Okay, and the text contained conversation between teacher and student. So often ideas were presented through simple dialogues. Okay, ideas were presented through simple dialogue. Okay, so most Upanishad thinkers were men. Okay, they were mostly men and belonged to Brahmins and Rajas. Only few women thinkers were there. One such thinker is called Gargi. Okay, so she was famous for her learning, and she also participated in debates in royal court. Okay, so poor people rarely participated in this discussion. One poor person is Satyakama Jabala. Okay, who was named after his mother, the slave woman Jabali. Okay, now the Brahmin teacher named Gautama, okay, became one of the best known thinkers of the time. Many of the ideas of Upanishads were later developed by famous thinkers like Shankaracharya, about whom you will be learning in your next class. Okay, so with this today we shall complete our chapter. Okay, thank you children. Read your lesson carefully. Take care, be safe and be happy.